Welcome back to New Stacked. Okay, so today what we're going to do is we're going to do two things. We're going to talk about the silver prices. Everybody still seems to be a little scared about silver prices dropping. Understandable. You invest in something, you want it to do well. Secondly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about a online company called OwnX, where you can buy precious metals. They store them for you, and then you can get them shipped to you once you have a certain amount of precious metals that you want shipped to your own home. What this does is it kind of separates your stack. It's also kind of a it's a monthly amount that you put away if you choose that. It's a one-time buy. We'll get more into it when we get there. Sorry, I'm a little sick, but anyways, let's get down to the silver prices. Right now, what I do is I've got an AppMex app, and I've got it up on the silver for the 1 week. You can see that it's at the lowest point, it's dipped down to below 17, and at the highest, so far over the week, it's gone up to a little over 17.8. I wouldn't really worry about it too much. And I say that in all due fairness. I know everybody was hoping silver to break the 20 mark and to be, an amazing bull run, or a bull market. But in all honesty, if we take this and we look at it, what we've got now, what's been happening over the last week, silver's been at a pretty steady price. I mean, yeah, it's dropped down to a little bit below 17, but on average, you're looking at about $17.50 for the week, which isn't horrible. That's actually really good. We move over to the month. You look at the month, yet again, you're looking at roughly around, on average, about 17.8, 17.7. Go back 3 months. 3 months, yeah, we hit that. We did a massive climb from 14. I jumped into the silver market when it was 14, but I jumped in buying pirate silver. So, I mean, in all honesty, I didn't get the pricing from the 14 market. However, we got a massive increase, and everybody was super excited about it. I was kind of excited about it. I've got this thing that if silver reaches 25, or when it reaches 25 an ounce, which it will, I'll probably capitalize and sell off. I want to say about half of my stack will go at that point. I do have some things that I'd still want to hold on to, but I want to get rid of about maybe half of what I've got and then hold on to it, because silver prices, let's go 6 months. Once again, you got that way into the 15s at the beginning, just before April. In May, it started dropping. In June, or just before June, we hit below 14.50, and then we started seeing this surge. But you go back to a year, and you see that we get these little peaks, valleys, so on and so forth. It's a regular market. Ain't nothing wrong with it. That's the way it's supposed to be. We hit 19 way back not too long ago, and then bam, we fell. It's a market adjustment. The way that, if you look at this in the way that it was rising, we were bound to fall. I mean, it's not something that's going to happen and stay that way. I mean, you look at anything else that's done that. Bitcoin's a prime example. It spiked and then it crashed. Well, there you go. Silver spiked and then it fell down a little bit. It's just a regular adjustment. It's something we need to get used to. Then we look at 5 years. So you look at your 5-year trade-off here, and if I was to have to say anything, I'd say silver. If I was to look at this, I would say silver still averages out at about $17.50 over 5 years. In all honesty, I think that a silver price of $17.50 for 5 years is a really decent one. Yeah, we've had, in the very beginning of this chart, you can see we've had spikes above the $22.50. It's perfectly fine. Stuff like that's going to happen. What you want to do with silver is you want to take the long-term investment. I wish I could show you further out on this diagram right now, but silver overall over the past, we'll go 3-4 decades has steadily climbed. I mean, yeah, we've had times in that, era where we've hit 50 with market manipulation, so on and so forth, but it's been a steady climb. So just keep that in mind. Just keep stacking, no matter what the prices go to. Keep on buying. I mean, if you've got a set goal of how much you can spend every month, that's good. That's cost averaging your silver. If you've got a set goal of how many ounces you buy a month, you may have to adjust that with rising prices. If not, you just may have to sacrifice a little bit more. You may have to stop eating out, once or twice a month in order to meet those goals. But just do it. Just keep stacking. Just keep enjoying what you're doing. Don't stress about it. This is probably one of the funnest ways of saving money I've ever encountered. I'm horrible with saving money, but when it comes to silver, I'm okay with it. I'm good with it because, it's a purchase that I make that is also an investment at the same time. Now, speaking of which, let's go into Onyx. Okay, so by the time you see this, I'll have my information up top blurred out somehow. However, what I want to show you is the way that this is broke down. Okay, so if we look over here into accounts, those accounts are broke down from 1 cash, 2 gold, 2 silver, 2 platinum, 2 palladium. Okay, so the way there's 2 of them is because there's 2 different places that they house your precious metals. One's in Delaware, one's in Texas. Now, you can notice that I've got 15 grains of gold in Delaware, and I've also got a little over 7.5 troy ounces in silver in Delaware as well. Now, I have a monthly setup, and I just got it set up to where I am doing $200 a month, 100 in silver, 100 in gold. You can see my next purchases coming up down there. I'll have the bank account stuff blurred out too. But in all honesty, this sort of stuff is something you need to look at. If you have a hard time keeping money in your bank account, one of the best ways that I've found to save it is to have it going someplace that you can't touch it right off the bat. So when my check comes in every month, which is the 7th and the 21st for me, or 7th and 21st, I have deposits that'll be going out to purchase gold and silver. Now, when you purchase gold at this rate, you're not going to get a whole lot. You're going to buy, with the premiums, you still do pay a little bit of premium here. But nonetheless, you're not going to buy a whole bunch at a time. But this is a savings game. It's not yes, keep working. It's not a mass stacking need at this point in time. Yeah, there are some people out there that may be able to afford it, but me personally, I can't afford just going out and buying a whole ounce of gold every month. I wish I could, but yeah. So let's go to the information portion of this. You can take delivery, and you guys can pause this and read this as it goes. It tells you how you do it. And you can get gold and all that other stuff in bars, gold eagles, silver eagles. Let's go and view available gold. These are the gold that can ship out. They got Cougarans, Philharmonics, Pamp Swiss bars, Gold Buffaloes, Gold Maple Leafs, Eagles, Kilo bars. Let's go to view silver. They got big bars. So if you do get enough ounces saved up, they ship you your ounces in silver, 1,000-ounce silver bars. Those 1,000-ounce silver bars, they don't take any hit on your amount, and I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a second. 10-ounce bars, Kilo bars, Silver Eagles, Maple Leafs, They've got their own little Onyx silver rounds, Britannias, Philharmonics, Kangaroos. I mean, it's a good amount. And the same thing with other metals. You can go view more metals. Here's your platinum item and your palladium. So these only come in the 1 ounce bars, but I mean, these aren't stacked a whole lot in comparison to the other two metals. Therefore, that's why they've got the different rounds and bars and stuff. So let's go over here and I'll say my account. Let's go to take delivery. Please select an account. We'll go for my silver in Delaware because I got more stuffed up in it. So here's where you select your quantity of what you want. It shows you up here at the top. You got a minimum trade of 20 ounces. So when you actually trade it in for your silver, you have to do a minimum trade of 20 ounces. When you get down here to the bigger stuff, of course, it's 1,000 ounces, or you get to the U.S. Constitutional down there, junk silver. It's 71.5 troy ounces. So, and then of course your kilo bars, 10 ounce bars, and then you get your 1 ounce rounds. Now this is the exchange cost details right here. So your exchange cost is, like, for example, for your American Silver Eagles, it's going to be 0.17 a troy ounce on top of what you got. That's going to be your most expensive exchange. And then, like I said, once you get down here to the silver ounce bars, they don't charge you anything for the exchange, which is super nice, and then the private mint, right here is probably going to be their rounds as well. But this is a good way to not have all your silver in one place, gold in one place, and you actually, when they buy this, they purchase it and they store it. It's not something that they just purchase at the time. They actually grab this stuff and they hold on to it. So yeah. But anyways, that's Onyx. If you get a chance to look into it, go ahead and check it out. Thanks for watching my stat grow.